Hello and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I am an intuitive reader and a soul communicator, and today I have just a short intuitive reading to help you with wherever you find yourself on your journey today. This is kind of a funny background for me to have. This is where I started doing these readings, having the feathers in the background. So this is a bit of a kind of retrospective look for us. That was, I think, maybe 5 years ago. So it's kind of fun that we're back where we started in a way. So if you've been with me long enough to remember that, thanks so much for being a part of this whole growth journey for both of us, really. Okay, let's get started with your reading. Okay, I've got Queen of Cups, Knight of Swords, and that is the Seven of Swords, and this is our situation. Show me where we are, how we're feeling. Okay. And I will show you these cards: the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Beneficial energy. Six of Pentacles, Four of Cups, High Priest, and the Hermit. Okay, we'll get to you guys in a minute. All right, let's look at this situation here. We've got Seven of Swords, Prince of Swords, Queen of Cups. Trying to figure your way out of a situation. You're stuck. The energy is very much stuck in your head, and it's like you're stuck in a maze in a way, and you're trying to figure your way out. And in this maze, you keep hitting dead ends. It's like one of those labyrinth things, you know, with the trees and the bushes that you walk around. And you know there's a way out, but for some reason you keep hitting those dead ends. And all you want is this Prince of Swords. And what I'm feeling like is that there's a truth that hasn't been spoken yet. And the Prince of Swords is the key to your forward movement, but there is a truth that hasn't been spoken, that's maybe felt or known. The Queen of Cups here, it's felt or known, but it just hasn't been verbalized. So what is that truth that wants to come out? Six of Swords, King of Cups, Nine of Cups. Okay, so we're looking at a heart's desire here. There's a truth that has not been spoken about the heart's desire. And the truth needs to be spoken in a way that is believable, that you really believe it, that you're just really clear on what that heart's desire is, and that it's something that you believe can truly happen. For someone, this is definitely about a relationship with a father figure that is seeking to be healed. And the Nine of Cups would be the fulfillment, or the, I'm going to say acquisition. That's not quite right. It's like waiting for something to come back full circle, or asking for something to come back around in a different way, but might be through a different person. So, you know, if you have a contentious relationship with your father, this isn't really about your father coming back so much as you being able to work this energy out with a different male energy. Okay, let's go into how you're feeling about all of this, because it's really interesting. We've got Strength, Seven of Pentacles, and the Tower. You're ready. It's like you're ready for this movement to happen. You want to figure out your way out of it so badly, and you're ready for this movement to happen. And You feel that you do have the strength, you do have the conviction. And you feel like, but it's funny, it's as if you were to do an action, it's doing that action that would cause the situation to fall apart. You know, this is where we started. You're trying to figure out what to do and you can't find your way, but you feel like if you were to do something, there is no turning back, that everything is going to change and it really is going to have to break down and not be the same ever again. She has put down her sword. This one picks up the sickle, but this is like putting down your weapon, picking up the weapon, and then all of a sudden the lightning explodes. It's like he cuts off the mistletoe and then the lightning comes down. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of a flashback to a book that I used to love reading a few years back. It was the Dark is Rising series and the Silver on the Tree. I won't give it away because if you want to read it, it's really an awesome book. It's a fantasy book with old souls and kids and in the intuitive journey, but there's a moment that's like this, and it's like the world can never go back the way it was. A choice had been made. And I feel like you're in that position of wanting to make that choice, wanting to find that choice. So let's look at what's keeping you. Let's look at what's blocking you, and then I'll look at what's helping you. Yeah, you're not clear about the action. Every time you're doing an action, you're also trying to undo it. So Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Prince of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So you can see how the the Two of Pentacles is kind of going back and forth saying, do I go into the conflict? Do I stay on the dry ground? It's like she's trying to find her balance and she's trying to figure out which way she can go. And when you're juggling, I would imagine, I don't juggle, but it's hard to move at the same time. I know there are very talented performers that can juggle and move, but mostly when you see juggles, juggles. When you see them, they're stationary because they're doing something in the air. And they're keeping two things going. So you're not able to move, but finally, we get some movement. We get the impetus that seems like it's going to be a release. It seems like it's going to be a release from your situation. But then it ends in conflict, the Five of Wands. It ends in kind of power struggles or grabbing for position where you're not able to really cut through. And what the Prince of Wands wants to do is he's trying to go after his ideal. He's got something in his heart that he truly wants, and he wants to go for it, but then like these little things get in the way. Okay, so now let's look at your beneficial energy. Got the Hermit, the High Priest, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. So we've got a lot of help and support from the other side, a lot of help and support from your guides. Now, this is an interesting, I need to put them down this way for a second just so I can feel what's going on with them. We've got the Hermit saying, the answer is within. We need to look inside, and we need to look at the lessons that are being learned in this situation. But I feel like the Hierophant is saying you're ready. It's saying you've got everything you need and you're ready to take the next step. Look at what is this next step? Okay, the Fool and the Two of Swords. It's walking into your new beginning, choosing a path, just choosing a path, but walking into your new beginning without any ties to the past. And that's what these two cards are saying here. We're looking at moving on but moving on completely unfettered, completely free of what has been going on. That, I think this was our heart's desire back there, moving on without any ties to anything or anyone. Just the freedom. Oh, this is exciting. Look, he's got the mistletoe. You see that? He's holding the mistletoe in his hand. So he's got the mistletoe from the Seven of Pentacles, which was, let's cut this off. Let's cut this off. It's time to keep moving. This is what I feel like is happening. So you pick up your mistletoe. You pick up this blessing, essentially, and you start moving. You go about doing this. Now, our Four of Cups and Six of Pentacles, talking about keeping a level head and having all of the support that you need, whether it's financial or otherwise. Kind of looking at a neutral benefactor here, looking at someone who doesn't really have a stake in your situation, but able to help you. That energy is available for you as guidance. So let's close this reading. Let's close this reading with a message from the animal oracles, just so you understand what lesson is going on right now. Well, it's going to be 3 lessons. Hyena, cat, and raven. So this is, on one hand, using your intuition to walk through different worlds, using your intuition to walk into new spaces. But it's really interesting because we've got the cats looking either way. We've got one cat looking at the new world. We've got the other cat looking at the hyena, which is the choice between love and fear. It's the fear of what, I know it looks like it's the fear of what's in front, but it's also the fear of what's being left behind. Now that really doesn't quite make sense to me, but that's the fear that you're dealing with here. So it's either walk into this new world, ready to, having cut yourself off, ready to go, but also just fear of leaving what was left, what's behind you, the fear of what's left behind you. So how are you leaving? Okay, I was not going to do an extended version of, or an extended video for this reading, but I'm actually feeling like that's something I'd like to do. So I'm going to go deeper into this message in the extended, and then we'll keep flowing from there. So if you'd like to follow me over there, the link is in the description below, and I'll see you soon.